Hello everybody, my name is Harry James. Everybody loves big time college basketball, particularly here in the Big 12 Conference. But OU and OSU weren't the only NCAA invited teams in the past few years. ORU has been invited over the last few years under Scott Sutton, as last year was Tulsa for the first time in a while, winning their conference. Oklahoma played the other two teams that are usually playing in March Madness. They played Tulsa in Tulsa, and they came home to the Schooner Sooner and played Oral Roberts and Norman over the week and got 2 wins over their in-state rivals, 87-68 in T-Town, and then came home and beat Scott Sutton's the third Sutton. They beat that Sutton by 28 points, 85-53 in Norman. Find out how it happened next on Boomer Sooner 1982. Thanks for jumping on board the Sooner Schooner with us. My name is Harry James. This is the OU Women's Basketball Post Game Report. First of all, was a second half, but it just wasn't strong enough against the University of Little Rock, Arkansas. Strong first half for them. It was a 66-62 loss at ULAR. In Little Rock, actually. So, Oklahoma in the first half shot 44% from two-point range and 37.5% from three-point line. But as I said, ULAR shot the lights out in the first half against Sherry Cole's defense, shooting a phenomenal 76% from inside the arc and a phenomenal 60% from outside the arc in the first half. But then the defense that Sherry Cole loves so much stiffened up a little bit on ULAR, while Oklahoma still shot the ball pretty well in the second half, shooting 43.5% from inside the arc and 50% from behind the arc. As I said, for ULAR though, Sherry Cole's defense for Oklahoma really stiffened in the second half. They shot a 30.3% clip from inside the arc and a 25% clip from the outside the arc. Overall, Oklahoma shot a 43.8% from inside the arc and a 43.8% from outside the arc clip for the entire game, while University of Little Rock, Arkansas shot 51.8% from inside the arc and 44.4% from the three-point line. The statistical leaders for this one: Nicole Cornett, number 1. She had 20 points in this one in Little Rock, while Shireen Campbell-Olds was the assist leader. Number 24 had 4 assists for Miss Olds, and Vivi had number 00 had 8 boards on the night. Shot of the game was when number 1 Nicole Cornett hit 3 of her 20 points. It happened late in the game to put the Sooners back in position to win. They didn't end up winning, but it put them back in position. A 55-56 ULAR, so got Oklahoma back in the game. ULAR, though, still up by 1 at that point. They ended up winning the game 66-62. Now the Sooners headed to North Carolina, the Dukies, Cameron Indoor Stadium, where they shot a pretty good ball game, to be honest. Shooting 36.1% from inside the arc and 35% from outside the arc in the first half. Again in the second half, Duke, again in the first half, shot the lights out compared to what Oklahoma shot, just like ULAR did in the first game, shooting 51.6% from inside the arc for the Dukies in the first half, 33.3% from the three-point line for the Dukies. In the second half, Oklahoma shot 46.4% from inside the arc and 42.9% from the three-point line, while Duke shot 45.7% from inside the arc and 33.3% from outside the arc. For the game, Oklahoma shot 46.8% from inside the arc and 32.8% from outside the arc, while Duke shot 48.5% from inside the arc and 33.3% from outside the arc. The statistical advantages on this one for Oklahoma went as followed: 14 points for a couple of true freshmen in the true freshman and a true sophomore in this one. 14 for number 21, Gabby Ortiz, and number 11, Derica Wyatt. Gabby also threw in 8 dimes in the assist basket for number 21, Gabby Ortiz, and 5 in the rebound basket for number 21, Gabrielle Ortiz. Shot of the game was when Maddie Manning put up a three-pointer to put the Sooners back within 15, 56-73, Dukies in North Carolina. The Sooners will now head back to Little Rock in a different venue against if you're a men's basketball junkie like I am, a formidable opponent. And we'll get to that later. But just know this. It's a name that you might remember if you're an ESPN watcher. Just saying. And he's from Arkansas. So, but as far as this one, 66-62 in the first set in Little Rock. And then a 92-72 loss to Duke. My name is Harry James. You can find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at SoonerFanOK. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care.